Now to a story we've been following all week. New clues into a deadly officer-involved shooting in Virginia Beach. Investigators say DNA ancestry led them to a suspect in a cold case murder investigation.
Lots of layers to this one. And when law enforcement officers attempted to arrest him, police tell us the man pulled out a gun, and that's when officers killed him.
News 3 reporter Brendan Ponton has spent the day looking into this case. And Brendan, what else do we know in this situation?
Well, it appears the suspect, Hans Hewitts, had been living quietly here in Virginia Beach. We found no evidence of a criminal record, but investigators have connected him to a violent murder from more than 20 years ago.
For decades, the murder of James Essel in Montgomery County, Maryland, puzzled investigators. That is, until DNA ancestry helped them finally solve the case. Investigators had a company called Parabon Nanolabs look into whether DNA left at the scene was similar to any DNA ancestry tests. It turns out a distant relative of Hans Hewitts had some similarities. Investigators plotted out his family tree and kept digging. Then, earlier this week, they took out a search warrant and discovered Hewitts' DNA matched the killer's. But when a U.S. Marshals task force tried to arrest Hewitts this week in Virginia Beach, they say he pulled out a gun. And then Montgomery County detectives shot and killed him.
Young, don't do it. Drop the gun.
Investigators had been working the case with new technology in recent years, including releasing this sketch of a potential suspect. But it wasn't until recently that they honed in on Hewitts. Today on Hewitts' street on Maitland Drive in Virginia Beach, his neighbors told us they didn't really know him, and no one answered at his home. Investigators say Hewitts went into the Sugarloaf Mountain Market in March 1992 and stabbed the owner of the store, James Essel, 29 times in an apparent robbery gone wrong. Investigators say the killer, Hewitts, left his own blood behind, and now decades later, that helped them solve the case.
Now, Essel left behind a daughter. Investigators tell us she is very grateful her father's murder has now been solved. I'm Brendan Ponton, News 3.